What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with Will Stewart 365, and today we are back again with another fragrance review for you. First impressions, bought this one on a blind buy, was recommended to me by a good friend. We'll just call him Detrex. He'll be upset if I do not give him a shout out after I review this fragrance. So Detrex, this one is for you. But today we are going to be taking a look at Tom Ford Ebune Fume. We've got this one here in the 30 ml bottle. It's itty bitty, itty bitty. But let's see if this fragrance smashes the box. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Thank you guys very, very much for all the love, support you've been showing the channel lately. Likes, subscribes, views, all of that great stuff. We just hit 75,000 views. And we appreciate all of that. Also, too, we are almost to 10,000 subscribers. So if you could help us hit that goal, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell because we're going to start ramping up the live streams again here in the new year. But let's take a look at this one here. And so I have not smelt this. I have not smelt any form of this. I have not smelt any samples of this. I bought this one straight off of a recommendation from a friend who said that this fragrance was just absolutely amazing. And this tiny little bottle, and this is not cheap. This is a fairly new release from the house of Tom Ford, and it's not a cheap one. And this little bottle here, this tiny little bottle, cost me $145. So let's take a look at it here. The presentation, the box. On the box on the front there, you do have the plaque that says Tom Ford Ebune Fume. Some information there on the bottom. Basically, it tells you that it is an eau de parfum in the 1 full ounce in the 30 ml. On the bottom, you do have a barcode and a batch code. On the back of the box here, you do have some ingredients as well as some warning information, etc., flammable, all of that good stuff. On the top, you do have the logo from Tom Ford there on the top of the box. And that's about it as far as the box. The way the box feels, I mean, it's good quality. The bottom does sit in there. Normally with a lot of these types of boxes, when you grab it from the top, it like just wants to, the base just wants to fall right out of your hand. But there is some retention, if you will, on the box itself. I can't tell if it goes directly to the bottle or if the bottle is sitting in another piece. It does look like it's sitting in another piece here. So we're gonna pull this bottle out. Boy, that is a little bitty bottle there, Tom Ford Ebune Fume. 30 mils, 140 US for this bad boy right here. I mean, this puppy is not cheap, right? So you can see, you know, I got fairly large hands, but they're not that big. And cap. On the top of the cap here, you do have like a little gold plaque that does say Tom Ford. And on the bottom of the bottle, we have a lot of similar information that you got on the box itself. It says that it is an eau de parfum. It's got the fluid things, Tom Ford, New York, made in the US of A. So it's a nice little color there on the bottle. Normal from this, I do believe this is called, it's not the signature line, it's the private line. So I think the full size version of this is around, I think 60 mils, maybe like 350 bucks. I don't know, but this is not a cheap one. So the cap is plastic. To be honest with you, this is the first one in the private line that I've got. And I do have several clones from Mason Alhambra from the Tom Ford private line, Tobacco Vanille, Oud Wood, Puerto Neroli, and a couple of others that I haven't unboxed yet. And I thought that their plastic caps, so let's grab one. So I thought that their plastic caps were going to be somewhat kind of cheap. They're not. They're really not. They're really quite similar. In fact, if you look, the Mason Alhambra one is more kind of have like more of embossed, whereas this is just a flat metallic, you know, plaque with the Tom Ford. Where at the Maison Alhambra, you do have some kind of, you know, almost like a rounded edge. Enough about the presentation. Let's grab a handy dandy test strip. See what this fragrance smells like. So we're gonna smell it on paper first, then we're gonna throw it on skin, and we're gonna give this one a go. We're gonna see what I think about the significantly expensive Tom Ford Ebony Fume. On the atomizer here, we'll see how many sprays. 1, 2. It's about 2.5 sprays. Okay, this is good. In the top, I'm getting, there's a fruitiness here, spice, a cardamom spice, a hint of oud, but it's not animalic at all. There's a tonka bean, benzoin, vanilla-esque type of note in the base. I want to say right now, and I could have a bad memory, we'll pull it here in a second just to make sure. It smells a lot like Noir Extreme to me. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think about this one? I mean, it smells like there's a cardamom, almost a little bit of a booziness, a hint of a dash of an oud, but it's not animalic in any way. It's a very type of an amber-esque fragrance. Like, does it blow my socks off? No, I don't think that it blows my socks off, right? But is it a good fragrance? Yes. Does it smell good? Yes. We're gonna have to throw a little bit of this on skin. So let's roll our sleeves up. Let's get down into it. We're gonna see here if this fragrance is as good as my good friend says it is. Put 2 sprays on that arm there. Just for now. I haven't worn a fragrance today, so I'm gonna put a full wear on this thing as soon as I get up. But while that's drying down, let's take a look at the notes over here on our Parfumo app. So you got Ebony Fume, Tom Ford, the 2021 release. So it's not that new, right? You got it right here. You've got the 7.8 rating. So not a super high rating, surprisingly. It says the Ebony Fume is a popular parfum by Tom Ford for men and women. So they're saying it's a unisex fragrance. Now, I guess it could be unisex, but this is definitely leaning masculine rather than being unisex. This fragrance won the Parfum Extraordinaire 2022 award presented by the Fragrance Foundation for people that care. I really don't, but so let's look at the top. Top notes are resin, balsamic notes, cade, juniper wood, ebony, gaiac wood, so that's going to be the oud-ish type of a deal, black pepper, papyrus, leather, Palo Santo, rose, Spanish citrus, floral notes, and violet leaf. You definitely get the floral notes. So on skin, you are getting a little bit more leather. On paper, I didn't really get leather at all. To be honest with you, you could smell the oudiness to it. You could smell the ambers or the resins, right? The amber aspect of the fragrance. There is no cardamom in this, according to this note, but it does have a spice to it. Black pepper, absolute. Papyrus. So the rose, at least right now, you can kind of smell the rose, but the rose blended with the gaiac wood or the oud, they kind of balance each other out, right? Or it makes the oud more palatable. There is a citrus in it. It says Spanish, or sorry, I have no idea what Spanish Citrus Absolute au Pour is. I have no idea what that is. Violet leaf, floral notes. So you're looking at florals, a group of florals, rose, violet leaf, oud, amber, spice. So spicy floral, oudy scent. But I'm telling you right now, I have this is not even as oudy as, do you guys like the words that I make up, by the way? I do it all the time in every video. I just make up words that aren't words to describe what I'm saying, but I hope you guys get it. But the oudiness is dialed down even lower than a fragrance like Versace Oud Noir, right? Like it's not even as oudy as that. And that's not very oudy, right? Let's see what the community thinks this one smells like. So they're saying it smells like Eilish #2. I've never smelled that one. Gucci Pour Homme. I've never smelled Gucci Pour Homme 2003 or 4 either. I mean, it smells good. So this is a good one. If you wanted to get like a first oud fragrance, right? First oud fragrance. This would probably be a good option to kind of get your nose to adjust to the oud profile, because it takes some getting used to for your nose to adjust to the oud profile. But once you do get adjusted to it, it becomes a very enjoyable note that you can wear, right? It gives a sense of sophistication, of depth, makes it smell a little bit luxurious, right? Like an expensive bag. So this has kind of got a little bit of oud, a little bit of leather. So the leather's starting to come through now. So the leather is probably either in the mid or it's in the base. They didn't stack it in the note section here. Just had all of them applied. It's good, but it's very basic for me. Like the scent profile is good. It's not overly projecting. It maybe sits a moderate projection, sits a little bit closer to the skin. Florals are subtle. It doesn't smell feminine at all. The combination of all of those things, the leather, the oud, the florals, mixed with the ambers and the balsamic notes, almost give it a tonka bean-esque type of vibe. Maybe, I don't know what this is similar to. I think there's a Parfums de Marley in my collection that may be similar to this. Is it Ajuan? Is it Carlisle? Let's grab the Carlisle, put that one on paper, and we'll compare the two. Just because I wanna trick my brain here to figure out what's going on. So on this one here, we have got Carlisle from Parfums de Marley here. What I like to call the Batman fragrance. We've got this one here in the full-size presentation. We got Ebony Fume on this arm here. And we're gonna put Carlisle on a test strip as well. Compare the two test strips on paper. Put 2 sprays on there. I can already tell you out of the air that they are different. The Carlisle, just out of the air, I think is better. I think it's better. I think the Carlisle is better, just out of the air. But we'll give it a fair whiff. I mean, these roll down the same vein. I guess you could say that maybe the Ebony Fume is a little bit more leathery, a little bit softer, a little more subdued. Maybe I'll even run out and grab my wife's impression, which one she prefers, Carlisle or Ebony Fume. You do get the oud hints, but the oud is a little bit, it's not skunkier, it's not more poo-poo-ish. It just sits lower in like, okay, so like if you were to say scents were musical notes, middle C kind of being, you know, the center point of that. So you got A below, you know, and F or G at the top being very fresh. Then you would want to say the oud note in this, maybe the oud sits at a C in the Ebony Fume, but it sits more at like a B flat in the Carlisle. So the Carlisle's got more fruits in the top. The Ebony Fume, the florals fade off actually pretty quick. The projection on this is actually pretty light. I don't know if the performance on this Ebony Fume is going to be that great, to be honest with you. I mean, performance on Carlisle is amazing. But the way that the Carlisle utilizes the oud and the fruitiness, the floralness is far better. You're getting an appley, so the smell of the apple, like an apple juice or an apple sauce. So it's more like a spiced applesauce. So the Carlisle on the top kind of has a spiced applesauce type of a vibe, and that oud sits underneath it, and it completes the structure, right, of the scent. And your nose goes from the highs of the spicy applesauce to the lows of the oud and back. So it's very interesting. I like fragrances like that. That, you know, you can smell it at different angles and you're picking up different notes, right? Like that type of a deal. Whereas the Ebony Fume, at least on paper right now, and even on my skin, is light florals, light oud, and a light leather. Like there's nothing that sticks out and grabs me. It smells good. Don't get me wrong. The scent profile is good. It smells good. But for the price point, $145 US dollars on this one on sale for a 30 ml tiny bottle. 125 ml of the Carlisle. I think I picked this one up for like, I want to say $225 on sale. So while these are different, let me tell you the notes on Carlisle. That way you can at least know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the top notes in the Carlisle, you got green apple, nutmeg, and saffron. So that's where you get in this one. So you got nutmeg, saffron, green apple versus in the Ebony Fume, you've got ebony wood, you've got black pepper, you've got florals, right? Ambers. Then in the mid, you've got tonka bean, osmanthus, rose, and divana, right? So you're getting that rose. That's why Carlisle came to mind, is because the rose aspect of it to it. And then the base on this one, you've got vanilla, apoponyx, patchouli, and sandalwood. So the dry downs of these two are going to be completely different. They're going to separate. Just from the opening, and it doesn't say that there's oud in the Carlisle, but it does have an oudish vibe to it. But for me, the Carlisle is it's far better. I don't know. You guys tell me what other fragrance tell me in the comments down below, what other fragrance reminds you of Ebony Fume if you have it before. I don't need to put the Carlisle on skin because the Carlisle, just even off paper, for me, is a bonus. But it is getting a little bit more feminine as it's starting to dry down. Scent profile, I'll give it a rating on the scent itself, like on the profile of the scent. Does it smell good? Does it not smell good? I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. On a cost value basis, $145 for 30 ml. It's gonna get a 6 out of 10 for me. It really is, because I don't think this is gonna last long. I don't think this is gonna project like a beast, but it's good. It smells good. You know, we'll go ahead and put some more sprays on here for you guys, and we'll give this one a full wear. Guys, that is Ebony Fume from the house of Tom Ford. This is a safe blind buy. Like, I don't think there's anybody who's gonna smell this and think that it smells bad. Great for fall, winter time, seasonal wise, applications, night outs, probably even a good like date. And by date, I mean like this is one that you could wear on a second date or third date, something where you can get a little bit closer, because I don't really think, I mean, this is gonna project. I just put 8 to 10 sprays on, and I'm not getting blasted, right? Whereas if I were to do that with Carlisle, if I was to rock 8 to 10 sprays to Carlisle, the whole room would just smell of Carlisle, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Carlisle for me is a better fragrance. I don't know if it's in the same vein. Is it fair to compare the two? I'm just talking off of what do I get more pleasure from sniffing? For me, Carlisle is gonna be the one that I would pick. If I had to pick one or two of these, pick one or the other, and you were gonna force me to, I would pick Carlisle over Ebony Fume from Tom Ford. Like, this isn't even as good as Tom Ford Noir Extreme for me. Tom Ford Noir Extreme is far cheaper. If I were to recommend you to buy one or the other, Ebony Fume or Tom Ford Noir Extreme, buy Tom Ford Noir Extreme. You know, save yourself half the price and just get the Tom Ford Noir Extreme. It's not bad. I just don't know for the price if this is worth it. It's only an eau de parfum concentration. It's not a parfum. I don't know why the price is this high. Does it have oud in it? Yes. But like I said, there's not a lot of oud in it. There's just a very minute amount. Folks, that's it. 8 out of 10 scent profile wise, it's a good scent. So if you're rolling in cash and you like the brand and you know you want the recognition of the brand, go ahead and pick this one up. I don't think that you will dislike it, but I don't think that it's necessarily worth the cash. So if you're a guy that out there like me, like myself, and you'd be like, yeah, right, Will, look at all the fragrances you've got. But I do, man. I buy all of my fragrances at a discount. I may not have bought them all from a discounter. There are a few that I have bought from Macy's or whatever, et cetera, et cetera. But for me, I always buy them at a discount. I don't ever pay full price for fragrances. I can't afford it. So I buy them when I can get a good deal. Yes, do I spend a lot of money on them? Well, yes, because I have a YouTube channel where I talk about fragrances, and you know, that's part of the deal. But folks, that's all we've got for today. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. 8 out of 10 scent profile, 6 out of 10 cost value ratio. Ebony Fume or Carlisle, while they're not the same fragrance, they're close. They're close enough, right? Rose, floral, woody, spicy, oudish fragrances. Carlisle for me is better. It's just better. Just better. That's it, folks. Have a great one. Stay good. Stay well. See you guys next time. I'm out of here. Peace.